The birthday boy with an unusual present. But what did 92-year-old Len make of his daredevil treat?
Hello from David and from me. Welcome to the programme.
First tonight, 11 people have been injured, one of them seriously, after a fire engine responding to a 999 call was involved in a three-vehicle pile-up in Luton.
The crash happened at the junction of Chapel Street and Farley Hill during this morning's rush hour. A car and a taxi were the other two vehicles involved. 5 firefighters were among those who needed hospital treatment, as Emma Baker reports.
One emergency service responding to the call of another. This was the result of a fire service response that went very wrong when a fire engine and two cars collided in the centre of Luton, leaving 11 people injured, one seriously.
It was pretty dramatic. The fire engine hit the near side of the car, fair and square. There were 5 people in the car. There's one driver in the taxi, and there was 5 firefighters. The 5 people in the car are the most seriously injured, with a range of pelvic injuries, but none are believed life-threatening at this time, and the fire service had walking wounded.
The accident happened just before 9 o'clock this morning. The fire engine had been coming up this hill towards its call. The car was coming from this direction and it's thought they collided on this crossroads. The car then possibly spun around to end up on its side against the wall of this old pub. Inside the Vauxhall Astra, a man and a woman with 2 teenage girls and a 20-year-old woman in the back. The woman in the front was seriously injured. The fire engine was one of 2 travelling away from the town centre. Both had their lights and sirens on and were heading to a house fire in Slip End near Caddington. The fire service has now launched its own internal inquiry about this incident, which left the crew very shaken.
Luckily, they managed to get themselves together quite quickly to be able to then extricate the 5 people that were involved in the incident themselves. You know, when I've spoken to them directly after the incident, they're all burly, quite strong guys and girls that can deal with most things, and most of them are extremely upset and in tears.
It was a shocking sight for people living nearby.
I go inside and I had a big bang. I come outside, I saw the fire engine stop, and the car was like this.
I didn't actually see the accident. I came down afterwards and it was bad.
The road was closed for several hours. A police investigation is now looking into exactly how such an accident could have happened. Emma Baker, Anglia News, Luton.
Parents who transport children on behalf of sports and social clubs could face heavy fines unless they undergo criminal record checks.
They're to be included in the government's new vetting and barring scheme set up following the Sower murders. But there are fears that volunteers will dwindle, forcing clubs to close down. Malcolm Robertson reports.
From next month, there are to be more checks on parents ferrying children to social or sporting clubs. Anyone doing that on behalf of the club and not getting the appropriate criminal record check faces very hefty fines. It was the Bishard report following the